your paycheck, and even if your rank is not increasing as fast as you want. So first off, we have talked a little bit about building relationships and starting the communication with customers. And I feel that that has been the biggest growth for me personally, is instead of thinking, how many Success Club points can I get this month? Am I going to hit my goals this month? Every single morning for an hour to an hour and a half, I am just simply creating relationships, getting to know people better. And I think part of the reason why I kind of stalled in the beginning, the last couple of after 6 months of my business, I felt like it stalled because I wasn't continuing creating relationships. I was thinking I was kind of, counting on my posts and people watching to just say, hey, I want to join. And instead of always creating new relationships. And then when you have that trust and that friendship with those people and you do put out a post, they're like, hey, wait, maybe I'm interested in that. And the power of that is absolutely mind-blowing how much it changes in your business. And the first month, I tried to up it to 5 conversations a day. And then after a couple of weeks, I tried to up it to 10 conversations a day. And, my challenge to you guys is just as many as you can do. I've heard one of the coaches say she sits in the bath on the days she's not shampooing her hair, and she likes and comments on as many people as she can, and while her bath is filling. And I kind of thought, well, hey, as long as you don't drop your phone in the bath, that's a pretty good idea. So it can be done as you're waiting in the line at Walgreens to pick up your prescriptions, at the dentist while your kids are getting their teeth cleaned. It's incredible how flexible this is. And this, it literally is the well pumping. When we're reading the compound effect and they say, pump and pump and pump that well, that is the well that we need to be pumping, is our reach outs and our reconnects and the power of, hey, how are you? And the power of giving compliments, like Latavia said, and just truly going out and loving on people. And I thought that it kind of clicked in July when I had messaged Brigitte and said, I've only helped 2 people this month and I don't know what else to do. And she said, well, you need to spend an hour giving love. Just go out and give love to everyone on Facebook. Compliment, uplift, everything. And I was like, well, that seems strange, but I did it. And all of a sudden I helped 10 people. And I was like, okay. But it didn't really truly click until October when I saw that I was pumping and pumping and pumping, and then that well just started to flow. So as much as it's important to do our personal development and our workouts, it's so important to go out and give love and create these meaningful relationships. And, like Latavia said too, if sometimes we make the mistake of word vomiting on people and we ask too soon before we have kind of, gotten to know them or gotten to know what they need. We just kind of are so excited and we just say, I've got this challenge group and I'm so excited, I think you should be a part of it. And they're like, yeah, you only reached out to me to make a sell. And people don't really like that. So I've noticed a lot when you're having these conversations with people, and it can be kind of dry at the beginning, like a complete stranger trying to get to know them. And some people you click better than others, but asking about their kids and what their spouses do and, where they grew up and what they like to do for fun and really connecting with them, then you can guarantee that the next month, something you say on Facebook is going to make them say, hey, what are you doing? So when we're talking to people, we can't think that, oh, this is my next prospect, this is my next coach, this is my next challenger, because it could be months down the road. So all of the work that you're doing whenever you have your power hour and you're doing your reach outs, know that those people are going to be ready to join your business or be a customer in a few weeks, a few months. That was really stressful for me at the beginning because I was thinking, I'm talking to people, I think, but when I ask them if they're ready, they just drop off the face of the earth and they quit messaging me. But when that's happening, I'm knowing that I haven't created that relationship and that need for, I haven't found out their need and their desire. And some people, they hate their full-time job. And you can say, oh my gosh, I felt that same way. And I'm so glad I'm so grateful for the flexibility that this is given me. And, even if you haven't been able to quit your full-time job yet, just saying that this has given me the flexibility to cut my hours or hire help or anything else is going to, be huge for them. So creating that funnel of yeses is simply making friends, lifting people up, going out and giving love. And that is my biggest aha moment takeaway from this business is quit thinking that this next person, I'm so nervous. I can't wait to ask them if they want to join my next challenge group. But just simply saying, how can I be your friend? How can I bless this person's life? How can I uplift them today? How can I reach out to somebody and make their day? And the power of reaching out and making somebody's day is so significant. And it's like the funnest, I can't even believe that we call it a job. Like at 5 o'clock in the morning, or 6, I guess, I'm sweaty and I have my slippers on and my warmed up recovery drink. And I am just complimenting people. And I'm like, how am I calling this a job? Like, this is incredible. And, I think when we share that excitement with other people too, and they see that, like all these people are getting ready for work and they're like, oh, I get to go work my 9 to 5 and I hate my job and I hate my boss and I hate my coworkers. And, you see all those funny quotes on Facebook or the e-cards where people say, there's that one person in the office who's so cold, message that person and be like, that is so funny. I remember when I worked in an office and, anything can strike up a conversation, and it doesn't actually have to say, since I became a coach. You can just say, I remember working in a dental office or a vet's office or whatever, and I remember thinking the same thing. That's so funny. I just wanted to tell you thanks for sharing that today. Like that can open up a conversation. So I think that when we are sharing on our Facebook, and not blatantly saying Beachbody, Shakeology, the programs we're doing, and not blasting it out there, but saying these products and these programs and this journey that I'm doing is changing my life completely. And then when you're talking with people, they're like, what is she doing? So it really kind of opens up the conversation for people, and obviously in hashtags and whatever, sometimes throw it out there. But it makes people wonder, what exactly are they doing? And then when you're having those conversations, they've already wondered, they've already been interested. And I know we've talked about that before, but a lot of times when I become friends with somebody, or say I've gotten a friend request from someone, and I've gone to say, yes, I accept you as a friend, I scroll their feed for a second, and then I go to message them, hey, thanks for the connect on Facebook, and I'm thinking, I see Diamond It Works person. And I will be 100% honest, it makes me go, never mind. But now I'm like, no, this person's probably an amazing person. I'm not interested in what they are selling, but I'm sure that they're an amazing person. And yes, I need to connect with this person and have a conversation with them. So I can guarantee that when people are, when we're posting about everything, giving all the details instead of just kind of breadcrumbing what we're doing, people are like, blah, 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 just another Beachbody coach. So doing a lot of breadcrumbing, and another thing that people have given me advice on how to get business building coaches is to really talk about the blessings. Like, I don't remember if it was this week's call. I get so confused by the amount of calls that I'm listening to because I'm listening to it in the morning while I'm doing my workouts and folding laundry and everything else. But Carl said, even if you made $50 this week and it put gas in your car, like, you don't have to shout out, "Thank you, Beachbody, for putting gas in my car," but talk about the fact that 6 months ago you were putting $5, because I've done this and it really made me think, like, okay, 6 months ago I was putting $5 in my gas tank every day because I couldn't afford to fill up my gas tank for $100. And that's substantial. And that's how 90% of the United States is. We are living paycheck to paycheck, and $50 is $50 extra dollars. Like, that is, a bill being paid by loving people, encouraging people, and helping them be healthier. Like, this is a job, and it's incredible. And when people hear that from you, and when they really can feel that from you, I've messaged Janice, because in the past 2 weeks, I know Janice well, and you guys have never met her, and I can't wait for you guys to all meet each other. But Janice is so sweet and soft-spoken, but she has this excitement in her voice, and I'm hearing that now in her posts. And it's almost like I can hear, as I'm reading it, I can hear it. And Jill and Latavia, you guys are amazing at that too. And I know Jill and I talked about at Summit, how it was really hard to find our voice and put our voice out there. And I think as we become more confident coaches, and like Latavia said, we are walking in our shoes that we eventually want to be, just like a little girl putting on her high heels and is walking in her mom's high heels. Like, we are putting on our coaching shoes and we are walking as top coaches. And the world is going to see us as top coaches. And I wanted to shout Janice out and tell her that I know I've messaged her and told her that, but I can really make sure people can hear your voice. And she's doing a good job letting people hear her voice. I can hear her voice, and I can hear your guys' voice in your posts too. And it really makes me connect with you. Sometimes I'll be scrolling through my Instagram and I'll see other coaches, and it's just, talking about the products and talking about kissing their Energize, and they've got their Shakeology cup, and I honestly am just like, blah, blah, blah. And I know people are doing that to us. So really sharing our voices is important. Sharing our voices, sharing our trials, sharing our triumphs, and having conversations is literally the bread and butter of the business. You can be 300 pounds and losing 0.3 pounds a week using Beachbody products, but if you are doing those other two things, you're going to be successful and you're going to be a leader in other people's eyes. Doesn't matter what you look like, what weight you're at, what rank you're at, none of that matters. So I've also had to recommit myself, and I've told you guys this in the past. A lot of times I will do really good Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, getting up, doing my power hour, getting out all of my connections, my reconnects. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm lucky to talk to 3 or 4 people, or I'm just barely messaging the people who are messaging me back. And I see that I get my well pumping and pumping and pumping, and then it's like I cut it off. And can you guys still hear me? It says my connection is unstable. Just nod if you can still hear me. Okay, good. Anyways, so even if we only have the time to connect with people while we were letting the bathtub fill up for our kids or for ourselves, or while we're waiting in line for our prescriptions to be filled, those are the steps that are going to create the funnel of the connections and the relationships of the people who are going to say, yes, I want you to help me. And I said I would go over the volume also. So let me pull up my back office real quick. And this was like mind-blowing for me. I don't know why I don't know if I missed like training somewhere or what, but I had a call with Brigitte on Saturday actually. And I said, you know, these are my goals and this is what I really, really, really need to happen as soon as possible. Because, and I know that like Jill runs 2 other businesses and I know she probably feels the exact same way. Like it is time for this to start bringing in more income than our current jobs so that we can focus more on this. Why am I pulling up Facebook? You guys, I'm losing my mind. I paid rent yesterday and I wrote the check out for the wrong amount. That tells you that I am doing too many things and I made chicken noodle soup for my neighbor who had a hysterectomy. And you know, I talked to you guys about burning it last week. And this week I was so excited. I'm like, I didn't burn the soup and I got it on time and everybody got to practice on time and I got it to my doctor's appointments on time. And Travis is like, yeah, this is really good soup, but where's the chicken? I made chicken noodle soup and forgot to put the chicken in it. It was shredded in my fridge. Yeah, and I was like just celebrating the fact that I made it through my day because it was a crazy day. Anyway, so when I was expressing to her and telling her like, yes, I would love to be at this rank. It would be so beneficial to make $1,000 a week. Like, how can I get it to where I'm making $1,000 a week? Like, raise your hand if you want to be making $1,000 a week. We all do. And it's so possible. But I thought that it was only possible by rank. And it's so hard in this business because you cannot be in control of somebody else's rank unless you're doing your husband or your mom's account. Because we all grow at different rates and we can, we all have a lot on our plates and we all only have a certain amount of time to put into this business. So when she showed this to me and said like, this is what your volume needs to be at to get the kind of income you're looking at, it doesn't matter if you're a diamond or a 10-star diamond coach, like you can still get this income, but this is what you have to do. And I'm sorry, it's taking me 5 million minutes to get that pulled up. Have you guys had a bunch of these red things pop up on your back office too? I think I've had one there for like a week. We're experiencing delays. We're experiencing this. Do you guys have that on yours too, or is it just mine? And how many of you panic when you open up your back office and you see 0? And then you're like, okay, it's only the second. Just relax. But I still panic. Okay, so I'm going to go up into my business and go to my volume. And let's see. So I'm going to have to move this little guy. You can see whichever is your weak leg. So in order to make $1,000 a week, your weak leg volume has to have 7,000 volume points. So in order to do that, that means that 20 people in your downline need to be getting Success Club points. Now, obviously, you're not going to have 20 builders in your, being a diamond coach. So if you can this is why it's important and why it's absolutely more beneficial to have customers be a discount coach than just a customer, because once you are an emerald or a diamond coach, you're getting a team cycle bonus, and your team cycle bonus will be more than your commissions. So I'm going to advise everybody to reach out to their customers and say, if you are loving Shakeology, you've got to become a discount coach so that you can get it for cheaper. And just say, I'm a Dave Ramsey fan. I'm all about saving you money. This is something I want you to be able to sustain and be able to be on for a while. So I don't want this to be a huge, issue. Even if you don't want, and you know the person, the customer, if they're the person who is like commenting, uplifting on everybody, always posting, always encouraging, then they need to be a coach. But if they, even if they say, I don't want to be the coach, say, but at least you need to be a discount coach, because then they're going to be giving you volume, and you're going to stack all of those people on your weak leg. So right now, I have only 5 coaches on my strong leg. That's it. And all of my other coaches are on my weak leg. But my volume is still only at 1,000, which that's the biggest it's ever been today, now that I look. But you can see down here, last month, 6 weeks ago, it was 174. So if I want to be making $1,000 a week, I need to get that number up to 7,000. And the way to do that is by discount coaches. So if we can all change our mindset, we all want to be making $1,000 a month. We all want to be helping as many people as we can. If we can change our mindset to saying we are a top coach, walking in the top coach shoes, and recruiting, in our conversations, uplifting people, finding out their need, finding out if their husband's going back to school, or if their child needs braces, or their health insurance is about to be cut off, or finding a need for them and just saying like, oh my gosh, before I became a coach, I was so stressed about that too. And recruiting even discount coaches. Those discount coaches are going to bring our volume up. So my goal for this next quarter is to get as many coaches as I can. And when you sign up a coach, you sign them up, you still get Success Club points. So even if you are shifting your focus to getting recruits rather than just challengers, recruiting them, whether it be discount or business building coach, you're going to get your volume points up. And I didn't, I saw the value in a discount coach, but sometimes it's you don't know whether or not it's beneficial to get the commission or to get the volume. And I'm telling you now, it's beneficial to get the volume, especially once you start seeing that volume increase.
So, Jessica?
Yes.
So if you sign up a coach and they are wanting to be an active coach, you're saying they should go on the right side?
It depends on which side is your strong leg. My strong leg is my right leg. My weak leg, so they should be under Cody's leg.
Yeah.
That's your right?
Yeah.
So once you get your 4, I would say 5 to 6 on your strong leg, just to be solid. But then all the rest of your discount coaches on your weak leg. And that is going to build up your cycle. So the thought of having 20 coaches on your downline Hit Success Club can seem a little overwhelming, but it will happen. And that is that's the sweet spot of where all of this hard work starts to pay off. I mean, obviously, like helping people, connecting with people, like that doesn't feel like work. It's obviously like amazing, and it brings so much joy into our lives. But the sweet spot of this work that you're putting forth is going to start show up in paychecks. So I want you guys, when you have a second, to go into your back office and go under my business and look at my volume and kind of take a look at, kind of a reevaluate maybe even your own goals. Oh geez, what just happened? Can you guys still see me? Okay, there we go. Okay. To see that even if you're not becoming a diamond coach, or, so I keep hearing too on the diamonds page, everybody keeps saying like, how do I get my coaches to not ping pong between their ranks? And, when we focus more on the volume, then that, they're kind of leaning more towards the leadership ladder, which I'm still getting a little bit of training on. But the leadership ladder goes a lot off of volume points. So don't feel like you can't be an Emerald coach making $200 or $300 a week or $400 or $500 a week. You totally can. So focusing on the volume and the leadership ladder, if you're needing to make this a business income, it's going to be a lot less frustrating than focusing on rank. Obviously, the rank is going to happen. But so I was excited to share that with you guys. Do you have any questions on that?
I don't think so, but yeah, that helps to do this. That will help me to place my discount coaches, so that's good.
Yeah. Just start, once you have, and you want to have, she said you want to have at least one solid, really solid diamond on your weak leg, but stacking everybody else back up onto your, okay, you want to have one solid diamond on your strong leg, but stacking everybody else on your weak leg is going to bring you the type of volume that's going to give you team cycle bonuses that you need. So I hope that helps you guys as much as it helped me. It made me so excited because, you can feel like you're doing all of the things in this business to grow your business. And sometimes when you're not seeing it grow as fast as you want it to grow, it can be like you feel like you're just spinning your wheels. But if you're watching your volume, and I've honestly never watched my volume, and when she had me go through and look at my volume, I was like, okay, I see this now. I see how this can potentially grow and benefit, instead of being like, I'm going to be a diamond coach for the rest of my life. I can see that I'm moving forward, even though I'm still a diamond coach, and I can still have, the benefits of being a higher ranked coach, just being a diamond coach. So I hope that helps some of you guys not feel frustrated and stuck. And I also love any national wake-up call, hearing people say, I was stuck at this rank for 9 months and I never thought I was going to bust out of it. It happens to all of us. It's probably just like your ideal body weight. Like, I know my body gets stuck at 142. And like, if I get above 142, it's going to be tougher than anything to get back below it. That's like my stuck number. So don't get frustrated. And I am excited to see this team grow. And I feel honestly so blessed to be in a business with all of you guys. So I am going to stop recording, and I will see you next week.